How's it going, everybody? Papc here, and it's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm just gonna call it an old school commentary, but more like it's to the inside the mind of myself. I'm trying not to talk in the third person there, of Papc. That sounded a little bit weird if I would have said that.
We just win early because
But what we're doing here is we're hopping into a blackout game where we have a 4 squad here. It's Bruno, Suffer, myself, and Barton. It's going to be a highly action-packed field game, so I hope you guys are excited to watch that. And I just want to I've done some videos here in the recent past, and I kind of want to hold myself to that to try to post more consistently, so I'm going to try to do that, obviously.
got a shotgun.
I've just been having so much fun with this game that I just really haven't had the time to put it down to edit or make videos. The only real editing that I've done has been mainly for Twitch clips and things like that. And even these videos that I do here, I really don't have to do very much editing on, so these are pretty easy for me. It'd be awesome to hopefully do more editing to make these videos look fancier and stuff for you guys. I just gotta kind of get back into my groove and start, learning again all the ins and outs of everything once I have a little bit more time. So these are 4 guys that I run on a consistent basis with, except for, I'd say, Barton. Barton plays mainly Fortnite, and then Suffer and Bruno are big Call of Duty guys. So I play a lot with Suffer because Suffer's pretty much always on, and then I play every once in a while with Bruno when he's on, but he's been somebody that's been on more consistently for us recently, so we've been playing a lot with him too. I'm gonna try to stop saying I want to say that's about 5 I've done so far. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna jump in and out between commentary and kind of going over what I see here. Usually when I used to do my commentaries, I would pick a topic and then.
Somebody just came in. Somebody just came in. He's shooting me.
I forgot about that part.
In the building here.
So, and then I would just pick a topic and talk about that. We're just gonna kind of go over my mind here. So,
yeah, he's on my body.
When I play Blackout, I tend to loot very, very quickly. It's something that I feel is necessary. The more time you spend in a specific area, the more you're prone to have yourself be exposed to teams either rushing or finishing you.
I'm back on the foyer, on the back, on the stairs.
And see, when we were playing live there, I was mad because I thought I was going to be able to heal Suffer, so we'd at least still have 3. I realized after watching this video before that I might have been the person to finish Suffer off completely. It looks as though that when I zoomed out and I was hip firing with the LMG, then I put 1 random bullet into myself or my teammate. So that seemed that it seemed to finish him off, so that was a little weird. And at this point in the game, there's 67 people left and there's 2 of us and it's squads. Maybe it's because I'm used to playing Fortnite, and the people that I play Fortnite with, it's sometimes very challenging to pull off a squad win with 2 people, especially with as talented as people are nowadays. I'd say when Fortnite first came out, it was much easier to get a quad win with 1 or 2 people, but now people are a lot I'm gonna say they anticipate, I guess, or they're more experienced is, I guess, the best thing to say. So with Blackout, I feel that there's not that learning curve or learning gap because everybody knows Call of Duty. Not everybody knows nobody knew Fortnite when it came out, So people don't necessarily have to develop a whole new skill set or a whole new understanding for a different game. It's the game they've been playing. You kind of have to learn some small mechanics and where stuff spawns, or depending on how you like to play. So again, with 67 people still alive and only 2 of us up in squads, even as good as me and Barton are, my expectations for legitimately winning this match are pretty low. And for me, one of the things I hate doing, maybe it's because when I die, it's really boring to just sit there and watch your teammates play. I mean, not watching my teammates play that's boring, but the fact that you're not able to, you know, fully participate, you're not in the game yourself, can sometimes be a turnoff with blackout. So I don't always have the patience to play slowly or go for the win once one or two of my squad mates are down, because I'd rather just, you know, if I'm gonna go for the win, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna push teams, get kills, you know, go out hard trying. As soon as we get this squad, I'm like, all right, well, we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna make some noise. We're gonna get to the circle. And then if I remember right, I happen to see a guy, and I'm like, all right, as soon as I see this guy, I'm like, he's done for. So we hop over this rock, and then look, right there, in the air, you're dead. Throw your body, Could have stopped and looted him, but we didn't. And I bet he had some good stuff, too. Well, that's one of the most satisfying things in this game, is to run someone over with the ATV. And I see another group of people over here, so bam, there's the rock we jump over. And I missed the guy, because I should have went for the guy directly in front of me, but I thought I was going to hit that guy. So Bart knocks him. This guy somehow runs away. And I don't know how he got way over here so quick. That's what blew my mind. And I'm just going to be quiet here and let the game play out itself for a minute. I got you.
There's a freaking rock in the ground. Level 3 armor on me. I'm dead.
You're good. I got you, boo.
I tried going around the corner and ran straight into your face. By the way, those comic kits don't want you.
I told you this game was going to be full of action. Shit. We have a whole nother squad roll up on us right here, too. I feel like I shouldn't even unmuted myself. Yeah, I down one. Shit.
Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone.
Grenades.
Or not me, come forward. Wait, did I not? I did not.
Okay. And it's amazing to me how much time I spend looting. That's why I was quiet there, because I was wanting to see what I was actually doing. So, for me, one of the most important tools or utilities to have towards the end is really, for me, explodes. Whether it's regular frag grenades, cluster grenades, Molotovs, anything that's going to help you get a better position on your enemy. And for me, those are the things that ultimately are really going to help you kind of corner and cut down the areas that your teammate's going to be able to utilize. So once we get towards the end of this game, I'll tell you a little bit more into my in-game strategy and what I like to see and do and try to have accomplished when I'm playing. So essentially, some of the biggest things that I like to have in my inventory right now, mid-game or early on, is obviously an AR. One of my favorite ARs to have is the one you see me holding now, the Vapor. But most recently, with some of the updates, it just doesn't seem to be that strong, as Barton just leaves me in the storm to die. So I haven't been the biggest fan of the Vapor. I tend to like the KN right now. The KN's the Beast, and the Rampart. Those are my two favorite guns in Blackout specifically. Just speaking for Blackout. Multiplayer is a different story. And aside from my primary gun, it kind of depends, I guess, on the situation or where we're at. It's very rare that you'll see me run around with a SMG or a shotgun, just because I don't rely on the distance with them. Early games, I love SMGs. My favorite is the SOG 9 because that thing just shreds, or the Spitfire. You're not going to lose a gunfight with those two. Shotgun is also really useful. And this is a very important tool here, because what I did is I called out to Barton, hey, do you have the sniper? He goes, no. And in my head that day, I just didn't feel like my sniper shots were clicking as much as I wanted them to. See, I was complaining about the Outlaw and my sniper shot. So what I did, I was like, you know what, here you go, Barton, you can have the sniper. And he had 2 kills at this point, so just remember that. We're about to be 10 minutes into the game. I have 6, he has 2. And he just goes off with the sniper, but I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. So, going back to what I like to have in Blackout, like I said, explodes, grenades, fire, anything that's going to help you kind of position yourself a little bit better. And then my second favorite thing to have is the grappling gun, just because it allows you to get to places that you don't always see. And this was just a free kill. I was really nervous here because I didn't know where his teammates would be coming from, and the fact that he just like ran right in front of us was kind of odd. So after the grappling gun, I'd say sensor dart. Reinforced is really good if people are going to be throwing stuns and grenades at you, mainly stuns, concussions, because that will help you from kind of being too disoriented after being hit. Excuse me, I need to yawn. Oh man, woke up early today. And then after that, perks are really used for, like I said, reinforced, dead silence. Awareness is one that is kind of, I have a love-hate relationship with. I like it kind of right now, where it's going to help you maneuver around the map and maybe pick on where somebody might be a little bit easier. But towards the end, it can kind of be annoying because you can usually hear where people are coming from, and it gives you a false sense of distance. Because once it increases what you hear, you sometimes feel like they're right on you when they're actually, you know, 30, 50 feet away. So it's a little bit odd. So kind of diving into my strategy here as the final circle starts to close in, the biggest thing that I like to do is really just run around and kind of cherry pick is what I like to say, you know, or third party is what the pro gamers like to use. Especially when you're down a teammate, it's really useful and helpful to know where other teams are. And as soon as you give up that information, you no longer have an advantage over your enemies, and that's one of the biggest things for me, that and reasons why it's important to try to get as much info as you can once you hear those gunshots. Broken windows. Clear. Nothing. So as soon as I hear gunshots, I'm going to try to gauge how far they are, how many there might be, and try to relay that information to my teammates as quickly as possible. Speaking of perks, if you heard the sound cue there, that was paranoia going off. And what paranoia does is it not only gives you the ability to know that someone saw you or is looking at you or maybe looking at you, but it also gives you a direction cue. So if you're wearing a headset like you see in the webcam there, it lets me know they're coming from the right, which I call it the Barton, and he just starts sniping their direction and putting people down. It's really important to sometimes have a grappling gun in this situation here where the field is so open, because as you can see, there's such a big difference, and I don't have a long distance gun here. I have a Vapor and I believe a Matic, so the gunfights that I'm going to be getting into, I have to kind of push. And when you're running through a field like this, it kind of leaves yourself to be a little bit more exposed. So when you have that grappling gun, it makes it a little bit tougher for people to hit shots on you. Still on rock. Bam. And just like that, I pull it out. And the only reason I probably pulled it out is because I was done using my nades. And this is one of, I guess, my biggest mistakes or biggest issues, is I spend a little bit too much time looting. But again, having those utilities towards the end of the game that your teammates and the enemies, your teammates might need or your enemies might not have, is going to make a big difference in gunfights. It annoyed the shit out of me how much time I spent running up the hill here after he called out that there was people behind us. I should have spun and got to cover a lot faster, but I, for whatever reason, just kind of left my back exposed for a way too long period of a time. And I didn't even get to pick up the grenade, so I could have easily held the rock that I was at.
to indicated safe zone.
The guys up the street to the left.
And as close as that gunfight was, I probably should have pulled out the Maddox there. One of the things to keep in mind is practicing the gun switch time, because in Black Ops 4, it's different. I don't want to say it's slow, but it's different. It's at least like sometimes 2 seconds, and it can definitely make or break a situation if you're in the middle of a gunfight. The biggest thing that I guess is frustrating is it doesn't seem to give you an advantage to switch guns as much as it used to anymore. If you're out of bullets, it seems like you're out of bullets and you're fucked.
Oh no, but he is a...
And I was trying to hear what that guy was saying, but I couldn't understand anything he said at all. See, I felt like there was another guy, but I think Barton called out that he sniped him, so. But I told you guys, this game is just like non-stop action. We haven't really stopped moving or doing anything the entire time.
None of you guys have a fucking sniper? My god.
And this is why I kidding.
Be happy I gave it to you.
And there's just like no emotion in my face. I'm just so focused, because once it's down to 16 people, I have 10 kills. I'm like, all right, we might actually take this. I mean, in squads, to lose to 1 or 2 people is, for me, highly frustrating, because I don't feel like no matter how good the person is, there should ever be an excuse for losing a situation where your team has more, you know, people up than the enemy, because you have an advantage and all you have to do is play your lives. So in a situation like this, for example, right? Let's say I'm the last person alive and it's me v2. You don't push that gunfight if you're that other guy. You maybe put bullets into me and you run away and you call it to where your teammates are and you both charge me. You know, or one of you goes down and the other one picks him up. So Barton calls out that there's one on him, and I immediately just try to focus on this guy, because that's what he's trying to do, is finish off Barton, which is smart. You know, I guess people in Blackout or Call of Duty are much more. I'm trying to think of the right word for this, but they seem to just want to finish off people more than they did in Fortnite. You know, that thirst level is not very high in Call of Duty, that's for sure. So at this point, we have 4 or 5 people watching us. I think 2 of them are at least our teammates, so there's 2 people that we've killed that are watching us. We have 12 kills, 11 cleanups. I'm not exactly sure how many Barton has. And again, this is in squads, so I'm pumped right now. I'm like in the fucking zone. If you can't tell, there's no emotions on my face. My eyes are concentrated. We're trying to just basically squad up here. So I'm kind of going to go into ditch out of commentary mode and go into more of a announcer mode. So there's 13 people left. There's 2 of us, so that leaves 11 people. So it's a possibility that there's 2 full squads and some stragglers is basically what's going on through my mind right now, if I remember right. I know for sure, based on where the circle's at, that there's going to be people coming from this building, just because people tend to like to hide in cover or buildings towards the end of circles. I don't know why, versus playing the open field, which I feel like is a lot smaller. There might not be as much wall cover, but you have a lot of the environment that you can use as cover, like this hill, trees, things like that, shade. And it's much more predictable to know that you're going to be hopping off a roof or coming out of a door, when I can just watch where you're running from or listen for bullets, which is exactly what we do here. So we played this hill, we heard the people coming. Basically just spraying people, and Barton finishes them. I can't tell if a guy is running down the hill or if it's body.
Running down the hill. Oh, another one.
So I got mauled, which means I know someone's up close, and now there's only 6 people left, which means there's 4 people left. It's us 2 versus probably a full squad of 4 is our worst case scenario. That's kind of what's going through my head. Base case scenario, I'm hoping that it's maybe a squad of 1, 2, and then another straggler. But we down 1. And this is, I guess, why people in Call of Duty do thirst right away, because it's going to kind of come back to pinch me on the ass that I didn't finish this guy off. But I'm listening to the sound cues, and he jumps over the wall before I can put him down. This guy is just a scrub. I shouldn't have won that gunfight. If the storm would have started pushing a little bit faster, that would have made this so much easier. We're just playing the sounds. We know they got to come over this wall. I thought I heard one guy on this side here. This was a little bit sloppy of me to push this position right here and let the storm tick on me. But look, it's chunking for 20 right now. And I'm waiting. There he is. Heard one. Trying to just stay alive here. All the way down to 64. I don't know why he didn't keep shooting me. He fell back and I guess decided to heal his teammate. So Barton knocks one. Finish him off.
Let's go! Get the fuck out of my face!
The rest is history, ladies and gentlemen.
All of
so
you!
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We're gonna try to make more of these in the future as I'm laughing at myself here. But I'm super hyped because
High fives, buddy.
I'm gonna let this play out for a little bit. You guys are gonna see how many kills I have at the end, how many Barton he has at the end, as I'm calling it out in the video. And until next time, guys, I'm Papc, and I'm fucking out of here.
Buddy. We gotta save this goddamn game and this stream. Holy shit.
It was like 6 kills to 2, and then you handed him that sniper, and freaking Barton just went crazy.
Woo! 14, baby. Let's go.
Use that command /marker, Pap.
Oh my god, I just did a stream
Look
marker.
how much damage we did.
Holy shit. ... Someone clip it and stream.
Barton had 2 freaking
Clip it.
kills, and then you gave him
Clip it
that.
myself.
Use that command marker.
Oh my god.
Dude, you are on fire with that 50, dude. Well, I know who I'm calling out if I see a Pally.
Woo! It's that easy.
Barton, that was that same game we ran that guy over with the ATV too.
27 kills, gentlemen.
Let me just take a picture of this with my
4,800
phone.
damage.
Oh my god.
And that was just the 2 of you, because me and Bruno died right off the bat.
Imagine had we been there till the end.
Right? That would have been way easier, that's for sure. Because he almost had me on the tree there.
Yeah, but then
I know you need a second to calm down. I'm not in a rush. You guys just let me know when you're ready, and I'll hit the boy.
Well, I actually gotta go eat dinner real quick. The funny part is, my dad like walked up like as that was going on. He's like, "Hey, dinner's ready." I'm like, "Cool." So I'm gonna go.
Good timing then.
I'm gonna go get my nutrition in, calm my nerves down, pause the stream, and then we'll be back for some more madness tonight.
All right, well, we'll be here killing it. Whoever's left.
Oh God, that was good. I'm just.
Dude, that was actually freaking pretty badass to watch.
Do we have anybody else?
Dude, I want to say there was like 4 or 5 people watching me too, on after the game ended. So recent games, would it be the top left corner? Would be the most recent one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pap didn't even have a sniper that entire time, dude. He's just grappling hooking up to all these people, dude. Just pushing them. He's all
my favorite
behind
thing,
the
man.
rock.
The grappling hook is just brilliant.
Grapple.
It's
Just
the
shoots
best
in
thing
the
you can
face.
pick up in the game, in my opinion.
It definitely helps you get away, because when I threw that smoke and then...
Well,
Dude,
you
that
can
was
only
money
get-
though. When you dropped that 50, dude,
Yeah. No, I felt that I wasn't confident